Week 2 of the NFL season is here, and here are your fantasy insights for the week. Let's begin with this year's MVP favorite, Josh Allen, who had the second best week of any quarterback and the third best week of any fantasy player not named Mahomes or Jefferson. Allen is the king of NFL primetime. He's averaged 24.9 fantasy points in primetime games over the course of his career, the most of any player since 2000, with a minimum of 10 games played. Buffalo's coming off a huge road win versus the Rams and face the Titans at home on Monday Night Football. Speaking of the Giants, Saquon Barkley was an absolute beast last week. His 33.4 points were the best of any running back and the fourth best week of any fantasy football player. It was also the most rushing yards by a New York Giant running back in a season opener since 1950. The Giants are facing the Panthers in their home opener this week. Remember, Chubb and Hunt combined for 38 points versus Carolina in Week 1. And turning to wide receiver, last season's Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jamar Chase, picked up right where he left off last year. His 28.9 points versus Pittsburgh in Week 1 was the fourth best of any wide receiver not named Jefferson, Kupp, or Adams. T. Higgins' injury opens things up a bit wider for Chase, and Cincinnati plays on the road against the Cowboys, who struggled to get anything going against Tampa in Week 1. And how can we not discuss the horrific performance by franchise quarterbacks in Week 1? Only 6 scored greater than 20 fantasy points in Week 1. That's the lowest since 2017 and over 50% below the 3-year average. Among those quarterbacks with the fewest fantasy points in Week 1 are some big-name starters in fantasy, including Rodgers, Prescott, Stafford, and Lance. Note, we're not even including terrific Tom Brady, who also had just 10.4 points in Week 1. And that is your Week 2 Fantasy Sports Update.